A long time ago, there were a few Nords just hanging out when Big Bad Olduin rolled into town, was all, "Whoa! Hey guys, that's some nice freedom you got there. Mind if I take it?" And the Nords were all, "Nah, bro." But then Olduin said, "'Kay, thanks. Dragons!" It totally went to town of the land of Skyrim.
1 bajillion years later.
You were born. Generic human man. Lizard woman. Orc.
Orcs is the biggest and the strongest.
One day, you were caught playing too close to the border of Skyrim and Cyrodiil by old man Tullius, leader of the Imperial Legion.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Shut the fuck up, Roloff. You're captured by the Imperials and sentenced to death. But thankfully, just as you were about to get your head cut off by Brutus here... There. You see it? Let me just zoom in right here. Right there. Yeah. Motherfucking dragons! Except not just any dragon. Olduin? But how? Motherfucking time travel, that's how. I'll explain later. Right now, you're on the run from the cops. Yeah, bud, they're hot on your trail. Even though a dragon just burned down an entire town and probably killed at least like 5 kids, nah, you're on the run. But where's the brother gonna go? Your boy Roloff here has got you covered. After ignoring all that, you warned the Jarl of a local town called Whiterun that a dragon just attacked the town of Helgen.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what are you saying? Of course you don't.
And he sends you to Bleak Falls Barrow to find some super important MacGuffin that's never brought up again. I don't know. Unless you're a total cool kid like me. Then you got it early. Then this lovely lady comes in yelling about dragons. The Jarl sends you to go deal with it. I get a strange feeling you'll be doing that often. You go there, kill the dragon, and all is fine and dandy. But then, you suck up all the juices spilling out of the dragon. Then the mountain yells at you like you're some kind of child. You charge up the mountain to see who's making all that racket, only to find some old dude squatting on a really nice plot of land that you think that if you put the right amount of work and time in, you should be able to fix it up and sell it for a reasonable price, given the economy and location. These are the Greybeards, an ancient order of dudes who follow the way of the voice. They teach you to love yourself and that anything is possible if you believe hard enough. Then they send you to go pick up the groceries. You get to the store only to find out that not only did some asshole take the last bunch of bananas, they also left you a note taunting you like your 8th grade bully from math class. Ted. So you meet up with your secret admirer only to find out she's really, and I cannot stress this enough, really into killing dragons. And she asks you to kill one for her. You do, of course, and she's all, "Hey, name's Delphine. I'm a blade. We're a super cool group of people bent on murderizing every dragon in the world. Want to join?" And you're all, sure. And she's all, "Fucking nice." Your next task is to sneak into a party you weren't invited to and steal some documents. You get there only to find out that the people you were supposed to steal from were really cool and really nice people who only wanted what was best for— Just kidding, they suck! These are the Thalmor, a bunch of stuck-up high elves who think just because they're taller than everybody else, they get to tell everyone what to do. Well, you're not my mom, so who cares? You find the documents, including some stuff about Delphine, some old dude named Esbern, and Ulfric's Stormcloak. We'll save this one for later. You give the Thalmor diary back to Delphine, and she tells you to go to Riften to break her uncle out of prison. Or something. You get there, deal with this asshole, and break Esbern out. Now reunited, the two of them bring you to the treehouse to give you some extra homework. Your assignment? Find out how those old Nords stopped the dragons the first time around. You return to the Mountain Men, and they teach you how to stop global warming. And you meet Parthenax. Voiced by the Wahoo Man himself. He tells you about the dragon equivalent of the N-word, as that's the best way to beat the dragons. But he doesn't teach you the word. He says that something called the Elder Scroll can, however. So like a bunch of kids looking to become the next generation of well-functioning adults, you go to college. You get there, but are told that surprise, surprise, it ain't there. Figures. And now, you gotta go find some old fart out in the snow who probably does know something about it. You find him, only he sends you right fucking back out to delve into some dwarvish mine. I just want to find an Elder Scroll. Thanks. You bring the scroll back to Parthy, and he tells you to read it. You do when, holy crap, time travel! See, the Nords used their D-word pass to rip Olduin out of the sky, but that didn't kill him. They then used their Elder Scroll to send him through time, to our present. Bunch of three-dimensional pricks. Olduin then shows up and complains about how, "Oh, back in my day, kids didn't sit around all day on their scrolls." You kindly ask him to mind his own business, and he gets real mad. You kick his ass with your newly acquired D-word in check, and he fucks off. You learn that he can go between this plane of existence and also the afterlife. How the heck am I supposed to get there, you ponder? But just before you go kill yourself for the fate of the world, you also learn that there's some kind of portal to the afterlife just kind of hanging around outside the map. Okay. You also learn that the big house in Whiterun, that place, was once used to secure, contain, and protect against the dragons. You go back to the Jarl and beg him to let you do your super cool and super safe plan. He says, sure, but only if Tullius and Ulfric come over and play. So now you have to go get those two to agree to come over and play. Which you do, and you do the plan. It's super epic and super cool, and somehow no one dies. The dragon is super embarrassed about how badly he failed and falls madly in love with you. You get up on the dragon's back and he takes you to the edge of the map. You fight through the dungeon, you jump in the portal, and you die. Nah, but you do get to the afterlife. You derp around for a bit, eat some food, fight some buff dudes and dudettes, and then you face Ulduin. Along with the Nords of old, you're able to take down the mighty beast once and for all. And with his dying breath, Ulduin tells you that he is your father. What? And then he explodes. You return the Parthenax, crack open a cold one with all the boys, and the day is saved thanks to the Dragonborn.
Newsflash, this whole time, Skyrim has been in the middle of a civil war.
Did you know this? Why did no one tell me?
The Empire to the south started getting a little handsy with Skyrim, even though she still doesn't feel comfortable about it. They've only been out on a few dates, Cyrodiil just broke up with a Thalmor, and it's a little awkward whenever they show up to a party. Someone's got to put an end to this, so you step up to the plate. The most qualified person to deal with international conflicts. You make your way to Windhelm and reintroduce yourself to Ulfric Stormcloak, leader of the rebellion. And for some reason, even though he recognizes you from the start of the game, and even though you're the guy that killed Ulduin the World Eater, he still has the nerve to test your mettle. You play along, and he lets you join his boys-only club. Congratulations, you are now the newest member of the Stormcloak Rebellion. Get ready to grave rob, attack a city caught in the middle of a war they want no part in, intercept and tamper with military orders, and murder hundreds of innocent men just doing their jobs. And pretty much just wage war against an entire empire. All leading up to you murderizing this poor old man who was probably about to retire anyways. But at least you can rest easy knowing Skyrim will be safe with a Nord to lead its people. Oh god, Ulfric's a sleeper agent! And with the safety of Skyrim once again assured, you can finally kick back and get some well-earned R&R.
But Zion, what is there to do if you're not saving the world with your unstoppable awesomeness?
Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, such as build a house, mine some rock, hunt some animals, collect the Daedric artifact, read a book, punch a man, punch a woman, punch a child, adopt a child, usurp the throne, become a werewolf, clear the table.
Wait. What was that last one?
Clear the table?
What? No, the other one.
Punch a child.
The werewolf one.
Yeah, I guess I could tell you about that one. So sometime around the first time you went to Whiterun, you probably ran into these people. And depending on how you approach the situation, they were either like, whoa, you're cool, you want to join our club? Or, what the fuck, bro? Why didn't you help us kill the giant we were hired to kill? And regardless of what happens, they tell you how you can probably join them, which is what any normal human being would say to a random stranger after they just walked into a situation like this.
These are the Companions, a gathering of brave warriors who've come together to solve problems for those with the coin.
You go to their frat house, complete with fist fighting and booze. You find Kodlak, the old man in charge of the place, and without performing any background checks, you kick the ass of his Tea Party pal and you join Lickety Split. Your first mission is to beat the crap out of a local armor salesman. Looks like someone didn't pay their protection money. You return and one of the seniors is looking for you to send you on a quest. You're being sent to receive a piece of the axe of Ysgramor, some guy who managed to drag this big old boat into the middle of Whiterun. You run around an old tomb until you trap yourself trying to open a gate. Rookie mistake. Your business associate here goes to open the door only to get ambushed by these Witcher wannabes. He comes out as a furry and starts kicking the ever-loving shit out of them. He explains that the companions are all furries and that maybe one day they'll get you a fursuit of your own, Uwu. You retrieve a piece and return to the companions. They even throw you a little party. After you celebrate with a little bandit murder fun, you're told that the other old guy around here has something special for you. You're brought to a secret spot to partake in some frat house shenanigans. You know, prank the dean, turn to a werewolf, that kind of thing. You awake from your night of debauchery only to find you had a little too much to drink. Your buddy got stuck in the rival college and you've been chosen to sneak him out. It doesn't go super as planned, and you find him kinda dead.
The Companions want blood now, and send you to
Rip and tear until it is done.
You find another shard of the axe and return it to
Hand has been sniffing around Eastmarch. If you can sneak into their camp,
this lady, and are sent back out on what feels like the exact same quest. You return with another piece of the Triforce and are told to speak with Kodlak. You have a lovely little chat about the finer points of life, which somehow leads you to killing a coven of, I'm sure, innocent witches. Like, they're just hanging out in a cave, dude. Why am I killing them? You gather their heads and return only to find out that the rival's school took a prank too far and killed Kodlak. So you return the favor. You have a nice little funeral for Kodlak, the companion's blacksmith reforges the axe of Ysgramor, and you travel with your buddies to return it to its resting place and free Kodlak's soul from an eternity of getting pranked in hell. You find Kodlak's ghost, toss a witch head into a fire, and fight off a big red ghost wolf? What the fuck am I reading here? Kodlak's spirit is free now, and he just
Straight up makes you leader of the companions.
like, dude, I appreciate it, but there's at least like 3 other people who are much more qualified to lead than me. My first order of business? The axe is mine, bye! After finishing your entrance exam, you take your first class on blocking out the haters and pass with flying colors. After having arrived only minutes ago, you're already out on your first field trip. Your teacher asks you to assist his colleague, and not knowing how to say no, you accept. He asks you to find some magical artifacts.
So of course, you throw all caution to the wind and pick up the first shiny thing you laid eyes on.
The wall starts screaming at you, so you blow it the fuck up. Inside you find... This shifty Samuel warns you of a great calamity that's about to befall Skyrim. But this is a side quest, so I doubt anything major will go down. You proceed through the dungeon, re-slaughtering every snow zombie you come across until you find yourself... kill it with fire! You return back to the college to talk to the Archmage. He's sort of the principal around these parts, only less...
Skinner!
and more... You tell him about... and he sends you to go do some research. Also, you meet up with this guy. He's... not important. After doing your research, you find in the middle of the college, and nobody knows what it is. And this guy shows up again. He's all cryptic and shit and tells you to go downstairs and find some dude named Arger. So you make your way downtown and find out that guy was just a ball of light.
So now, to get some other MacGuffin, you gotta go to another dwarven ruin that looks exactly the same as the one from earlier.
You kill stuff, solve a puzzle, find the thing, and return to the college. Everything's going to shit! It's on the fritz. That guy from earlier is evil or something. The Archmage is dead, the town is under attack, and I'm out of cheese. I've still got some crackers left, but no cheese. This is the worst. You're then off to an old ruin to find some magic wand, but all you find there are some ghosts. You stumble across a Dark Souls boss, and then there are these actual ghosts which are really cool, and you can totally take their ghost weapons and kill people with ghost swords and junk. Then there's this friggin' Dragon Ball fight going down. You kill the duh, and I get the gun, and I think I'm losing all my brain cells. Y'all zap the orb, y'all kill the guy, and all's fine and dandy. And even though you literally just joined, they make you the Archmage of the College of Winterhold.
But why do all that garbage when you can be a gangster? Remember this guy? Yeah, it turns out he's actually pretty chill. His name is Brynjolf, and all he wanted you to do was steal from some poor jeweler in broad daylight in front of a group of people, and then plant the stolen item in the pocket of some random dude. What's the worst that could happen? You absolutely nail the interview, and he introduces you to his gang of merry mercs. There's Baldy and Girl, and before you can really join the crew though, you gotta prove your worth by doing a little extra something. Extortion time, baby! Brynjolf tells your new boss, Mercer Frey, you're hot shit, so they send you on the toughest heist they got. Bees! You break in, you burn all the bees, and you steal this poor man's shit, and he's none the wiser. But oh no, there's a huge problem. He did something he wasn't supposed to. He sold the farm, the bee farm, and now the Mafia wants to talk to you. Apparently some chucklenuts back in Whiterun is having some stupid wine tasting ceremony, and you're supposed to go up there and ruin it. The building is filled with vermin, and you're gonna play the role of the exterminator. You purge them, leaving nothing behind. You also poison the wine on your way out, framing the owner as a whack fraud. During the tasting, the captain of the guard gets an upset tummy and arrests the owner. You find some more boring documents and return the information to the Mafia lady, who tells you to tell the guild what happened. Brynjolf gets paranoid and is convinced that someone is trying to take down the guild by getting the Dawn to cut ties with them. Mercer has a plan for sniffing out who has beef with the guild, and he sends you to shake down a former informant to see if he'll snitch. The informant dismisses you at first, but you see right through him. He says he'll talk if you lift some wine for him. Easy enough. He spins some yarn about some lady approaching him and telling him to buy the bee farm. She seemed in a tiffy about Mercer Frey, but that's all he lets on. Fed up with the questions, he leaves in a huff, but not content with the answers he provided, you tail him back to his lair. Creeping your way through an old dockhouse, you get the drop on him and he starts talking. He drops the name Carlia, a name unfamiliar to you, a realization that shocks him. Apparently she killed the former guild leader and is now gunning for Mercer Frey. You bring that information to Frey, and the two of you set out to confront her. You're hit with an arrow and are knocked out. Carlia steps out of the shadows, and her and Mercer have an edge off. So yeah, turns out Mercer Frey's kind of an asshole. Kalia saves you and spills the beans that Mercer was the one who killed the old guild leader. She found a journal that could prove that Mercer's a dick to the guild, but it's written in some old language that she doesn't know. Luckily, she does know a guy who knew a guy who knows about a guy who could translate for her, but she's lazy and sends you instead.
This pendant would look lovely on this.
Never should have come here.
Not my problem. The guy you're looking for is the owner of some dumb museum or something, and is a total diva who has no time for the likes of you. So you break in stealthily and make your way to his ancient language translator. After heisting the thingy, you return to Carlia with the notes. She gets the bright idea to tell the guild that Mercer is an asshole by showing them that their vault has been empty this whole time. Carlia tells you to meet her and Brynjolf in some dank cave. You show up, touch some weird stone, have a chat with a literal, actual god, and become Batman. Apparently, Mercer stole some kind of skeleton key, and now the whole guild is drenched in bad luck. But now that you're Batman, you can just steal it right back. After fighting your way through another dumb old ruin, you find Mercer in the middle of stealing these gigantic gemstones. He blabs some more mumbo-jumbo, and you finally put an end to his crime spree. But the room starts filling with water! Oh no, if only I were an Argonian and could breathe in water. You make your way back to the dank cave. I think the textures might be broken. And return the key. The literal god tells you you're her knight in shining armor or something. Carlia and the old guild leader meet up again, and the honor of the guild has finally been restored. A little boy in Windhelm has summoned you. His parents died a long-ass time ago, leaving him stuck in some crummy orphanage run by some mean old lady. He wants you to go there and murder her in cold blood. You finish the job, collect your payment, and, just kinda do whatever, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go to bed. Upon waking up, you're greeted by this lovely lady. She's mad because you stole her kill, and as revenge, she's gonna make you kill some more. But this time, you gotta use context clues to figure out who's the target.
My name is Full-Time.
Uh-huh.
I would spit right in your face.
Yep.
And defiler of daughters.
Okay, never mind. I don't care. The lady lets you go and invites you to join her gang. You meet her motley crew, who aren't super important, but Nazir and Babette are pretty cool. You're given a couple easy first jobs. Kill some lady, kill some dude, kill some other dude. Returning to the Dark Brotherhood, you find there's a new member. He's carrying around with him some withered old crone. The Astrid lady seems not to trust him, thinking he's talking to someone when he's alone. So she wants you to spy on him. You get nice and cozy with his dead mom. And it turns out he's just kinda crazy. But I guess you're also crazy because the old dead lady starts speaking to your brain meat. She talks smack about her boy and starts flirting with you. She wants you to talk with some guy in the middle of nowhere about a big job he has for the Dark Brotherhood. But Astrid, feeling left out, forbids you from going there. Instead, she sends you out to do some more boring jobs. Kill a bard and a vampire. After killing both of them, Astrid changes her mind about the whole thing and tells you to meet with the rando in the middle of nowhere. Turns out the guy just wanted you to run some errands for him. Pick up his laundry, cash his check for him, kill the Emperor. Yeah, the Emperor. But first you gotta do a few things. You head to a wedding, mingle with the partygoers, sneakily kill the bride, run away, profit. Next you head to a small town, steal a letter, follow some guy around, kill the guy, run away, profit. You get back and it turns out Cicero tried killing Astrid. So now you gotta go hunt him down. Show up to town, fight your way through another Dark Brotherhood sanctuary, don't kill Cicero, run away, profit. After all that runaround, it's finally time. In order to kill the Emperor, you come up with a master plan. You find, kill, hide, and impersonate a person known as the Gourmet. You show up to the Emperor's kitchen, and no one is any the wiser. You lace the food with a potent poison. The Emperor takes a bite. The deed is done. The room bursts into chaos and his body falls lifeless. His personal guard give chase, but eventually catch up with you. Turns out the man who died was a decoy. They knew you were coming. They had struck a deal with a member of the Brotherhood. They get you, and the Brotherhood gets left alone, but they plan to double-cross the Brotherhood. You slay the guards, rush back to the sanctuary, but it's already too late. Everything is burning to the ground, and most of your companions are either dead or dying. The only safe place you can find is the very coffin that started this whole mess. Somehow you managed not to die, even though literally everything was trying to kill you. Big shock, it was Astrid who struck the deal. But now she feels kinda dumb about the whole thing. She dies, leaving who else? You in charge of the whole dang Brotherhood. All 2 of its remaining members. You find the guy again, intent on finishing what you started, and set out to find and kill the Emperor. You sneak your way through his ship and approach him, but he was waiting for you. He's totally fine with you killing him, but requests that you kill the guy who sent you to kill him. That guy. The deeds are done. The Brotherhood is back on its feet, and you are once again left in charge of a group of people who just met you. That was the last one. Goodbye, I'm done! Going on vacation!